Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite gem, Diamond Monet, and I'm back with another video. So today we're going to be doing a story time. Girl. We're going to be doing a reaction video to a tarot reading, and let me just tell you what type of tarot reading we're doing today. Let me tell y'all how crazy my life is without telling y'all how crazy my life is. I have two dads, and neither one of them is gay. Yeah, you try to put that puzzle together. I'm tired of it. I'm gonna just give you all the pieces, okay? We got my mom, who's an independent woman, hard worker my whole life. She's been a hard worker. She's been in the medical field her whole life, and she's been thriving ever since. Like, my mom's that girl. Yeah, my dad has always been in the medical field too. He's a very hard worker as well. Shout out to him. I love him. He is the type of person who is very sensitive. He's literally the other side of me, personality wise. I am very sensitive. And if it's not from him, then I don't know who it's from. Because, yeah, me and him can cry. You want a river? We could cry it. But yeah, that's where I get my sensitive side from. And they both work in the medical field. They're both still friends, good friends. You know, everything's great. I love when they're together because, you know, they both like to drink, and they both like to just giggle. Like they be having so much fun, and I don't even know what they be talking about, but I just like to stare at them because it's just something there. You know what I mean? So that's my dad. Now, I have a father, a biological father. I guess we never really even found that out. But I'm going to tell y'all what I know from this situation, because honestly, I'm not even a part of this situation. It's not even my story to really tell. So I won't be telling a whole bunch. But at the same time, it's how I was made. So it really has everything to do with me. Right? No. Let's start off with the dynamic. So from as long as I can remember, I was in this dynamic where I was living at home with my mom. She had a boyfriend named Kenny, and sometimes on the weekends, my dad would come and get me. Now I remember this one specific time when my dad came and got me. I was so excited. I was like, oh, I'm going to my dad's house. And I didn't really like Kenny. I never liked him. Like, I used to run towards him. Like, I used to be excited to see him until I realized where he was coming back from, and that was either from a girl's house or from prison. So I was over Kenny. Boy was not happy. Like, he wasn't happy, and I think it was ever since then I was just like, oh yeah, like, you don't like my dad? I don't like you. Like, and there's a whole bunch of stories on why I don't like him. I can go on for days. I can go on literally for days about that man, but I won't. I'll digress, and I'll just keep it at that man was no good. So let's fast forward to us moving to the suburbs. My mom had moved us to the suburbs because I didn't do very well in school ever since I was in kindergarten. It was honestly only because I was the type of person who, you know, wanted to do what they wanted to do. One day, because it was every day that they was arguing, but one of these days, they thought I was sleeping. I overhear Kenny saying, you know, that's my daughter. Like, why are you still allowing for this to happen? She's 9 now. Like, you always... No, I wasn't 9. I was 9. Yeah. She's 9 now. Like, we got to tell her. I'm in my room like, yo, it's not about who y'all telling? Because my sister know that your deadbeat ass is her dad. I know they not talking about me. Y'all serious? You was a mom. Ooh, I was heated. And I ain't had nobody to tell, so I had to process that shit on my own. And I thought my mom was going to be mad at me, so I ain't see nothing. And so one day, me, my sister, and my mom was having this conversation. I forget what my sister said. Kenny not your dad or something like that. And me and my mom just said it at the same time. Yes, he is. Because I wasn't about to have my mom try to tell me, like, girl. So I was just like, yeah, I know. But in the back of my head, I'm like, my dad is my dad. Like, I don't know what y'all think this is, but I disown that nigga from the moment I found out. Like, absolutely not. I found it very much ghetto. I didn't want to be there no more. I was like, yo, like, So she proceeds to try to tell me the tea, and I'm like, sis, I was already sipping this joy. You could come back, when you ready for the tea. So she like, how did you know that? You're a witch. And that's when she predicted my whole future. Shout out to her. I mean, my dad actually know now that, that was told to me. And I never told him that, but he told me that he knew. He was like, you know you my daughter, right? And I was like, Dad, you know you my dad, right? I used to tear boy up. Like, I used to be throw something at him, run away. Like, I did not like boy after that. Like, after that, oh, it was on. Oh, you my dad? When I was in the back of his seat in the car, right in the back of his neck. Like, I did not care, because at the end of the day, you really in my life trying to ruin it. You're trying to ruin my life. And I can see that. Like, I can really see that. Yeah, we're going to get into some tarot readings about both of them. How about that? We're going to get into tarot readings about both of my fathers and why our relationships, how I ended up with two fathers, and both of the relationships were not what it needed to be. Like, okay, my dad was there, and I knew he was my dad, and I knew that he loved me. I truly did. And I loved my dad. And I still love my dad to this day. But come the fuck on. Y'all could have did better. I ain't have to end up like this. Like, I'm not okay. And I'm okay. I'm okay with saying that now. Okay, so are y'all invested yet? Good. Comment down below, who do y'all think should walk me down the aisle? Like, so let's get into it. Let's get into these tarot readings, because we're going to do two of them, and I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, so I found one that says, why is your father so abusive and jealous towards you? I was never, neither one of my fathers was never allowed to, touch me, like hit me. Role made by my mom. My mom was definitely, the dictator, the prime minister of the whole thing. She ran the show. They were kind of like extras, so they weren't allowed to hit me. But my potential, because we've never gotten that DNA test, and I just fucking refused. My potential sperm donor was very negative and abusive towards the household. So, and I guess towards me too, because at the end of the day, there's things that I won't even be saying on here, because I'm just going to respect my own feelings and how I feel about certain things. Certain things I just feel like I don't want to share. There's a lot of other people sharing the same thing, so, heal from them. But it's just certain things that I want to keep to myself for the rest of my life. When I told, people about it, anytime, it was always, let's just leave it, where it was. I don't know if people thought I was lying or what, but that's what it was. So I don't want to talk about it anymore. Get ready for your future. This is a good one. Welcome to my channel. This is Sage, aka. Oh, this is an old one. And I'm coming online with you guys to do. All right, let's see. All right, so me. So please do at this time, guys, select one card, or you may choose. Okay, we're going to do number 2. Okay. So I'm nervous. Y'all nervous? Okay. So now let's move on. For those of you guys who chose card 2 and you want to know why is your father so jealous and abusive towards you, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse, the 10 of Wands in reverse. And what I'm hearing right off the bat, you guys, is that you all, son or daughter, apply it where it fits, you guys. You all have managed to remove yourself from the obstacles and from the burdens that your father had once placed on you, perhaps when you were younger, perhaps when you were just a little, a little guy or a little girl living in your household. You grew up and, maybe have relocated, have a home and a family of your own now. And you have fought so hard to try to
come into agreement with your father and to still love him despite his addictions that he may have been suffering with, despite his maybe mental disorders, mental and emotional disorders that he was battling, a lot of the demons that he himself was dealing with. And because you realized that his cross to bear was not yours and that you wanted to remove yourself from that and just focus on your own life and maybe perhaps love him from a distance so that you would not allow him to continue to place his burdens and his obstacles and his pain and trauma onto you. So that's what I'm hearing from Spirit, you guys, for those of you who chose card number 2.
Okay. I love how quick her videos are. And her name is Sage Magic with a K. With a CK, I'm sorry. 777. I'll be putting it in the description box. But yes, that just said everything, you know, about my supposed sperm donor. When I'm not in the mode of vengeance, because I get in that mode and it gets ugly. But when I'm not in that mode, I'm in calmer waters. Like, I'm not the type of person who's just have this grudge. Like, every time I see you, like, no, I'm not that type of person. And I do love people from a distance when I notice that I can't be around them. Okay, so I found one. M's Spiritual Tribe, okay?
Hello my loves, how are you? So our last video was getting messages from your mother. This one is getting messages from your father, whether they are in this world or in the spirit realm. So we have 4 piles for you to choose from. Group 1, 2, 3, or 4.
We're not talking about
take a few deep breaths,
the one that we just did a reading on. We're doing
on
the one on my
energy.
father,
if you would
my
like
dad.
to book a personal reading with me,
Dad, the one that I call Dad,
the link in the description along with all my social media. Remember, this is a general reading, so if it resonates, let it flow. If it doesn't, let it go. Take what you need and leave the rest, my loves. Pause the video here. My loves that chose group 1, starting out we have Strength, Mindfulness, Perspective, Artfulness, Foundation, and Freedom. Now already 33s and 55s may be important numbers, especially if your father has passed on. Now this is someone who is very strong, and this can be physical strength as well as emotional and mental strength. Now not only is your dad really strong, but he sees you as very strong as well, especially this internal strength emotionally and mentally. He feels like you live in the present. He loves your quirks, your creativity. He thinks you're very talented, whether you're artistic or musical or something else. He's got a very warm energy. And the main thing that he hopes
my dad is
about perspective.
Like, I swear I got my energy from him. Like, it's no other. Who else I get it from? Because it wasn't my mom.
He loves you for who you are. You may be quite close with your dad. There could be a bit of mirroring going on. Very similar life paths. Family is really important to him. He gets a lot of inspiration from you, like you're his muse. He could be creative.
You know what's crazy? Okay, my dad's not creative. My dad's a really hard worker. Okay, so my dad is the type of person, one time, we're just all sitting in the room, just, I don't know what we were doing, probably eating Chinese food. We was black, okay? And so, out of nowhere, I look up, and my dad is just bawling, like, and my brother and sister is like, Daddy, why are you crying? I'm about to cry myself. I'm like, Dad, don't make me cry. Like, what's up? What's wrong? Me and my dad have the same type of personality. I absolutely love and enjoy my dad's energy, like, just as much as he enjoys mine. I appreciate him so much.
As well, or musical. For a lot of you,
that's why I was just like so little. I was really hurt.
He likes that you think about the bigger picture, the big questions. He loves spending time with you. There's something about your energy that helps him be in the present moment. You give him a lot of stability and strength as well. And it doesn't matter where you go in the world, you will always have a place with him. You will always have a home with him, and you feel like home. He's saying he could lose everything, and as long as he has you, as long as he has his family, he's good. very family orientated, but it does feel like he's been through some harder
He's
things
a
in life as
Sag.
well.
Y'all know.
And perhaps
Y'all
you
know
have as
he.
well.
Y'all know how it
You've got a
gets.
very
And then I'm a
gentle, soft
Pisces.
side
I
to
love
your
my
nature,
Sag
and he really
dad.
respects
Y'all
that.
already.
He loves that you give yourself the freedom to just be yourself, especially around him in your home life. You've got a very strong connection to your ancestors or something about the place that you grew up. He hopes that he's taught you or is teaching you that family is strength. He loves you for who you are, and he wants you to show that to the world more because it's amazing. Maybe you're an inventor, a creator, you work with your hands. You weren't born to be ordinary. He's always seen you as special. You have this light in you, and it's not just because he's your dad. His soul recognizes that you are truly unique. There is no one else on the planet like you, and you came here to do things that no one else can do. You weren't born to be ordinary. So then we have mountains. Stand your ground. Yeah, there's a very strong grounded energy here, as well as protectiveness. He wants to protect you and shield you from everything, but he's aware that
Is there some type of like
he would move mountains to help you.
bleach in the air or something?
If you may sometimes get a little bit lost in your mind, but he loves the way that your mind works. He just wishes that you would share your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas with other people more, because you're very smart, you're very intellectual, very quick thinking, you're a great problem solver. Share that with the world. And he thinks you've got very strong intuition. His encouragement is to practice mindfulness so that you can tune into that and live in the moment. Reclaim that innocence again. Know that you are safe. He will always protect you as much as he can, but he can't protect you from everything. But he wants you to tune into that inner wisdom, because through that you will hear the wisdom of...
Did you ever have that feeling where something just did not feel right?
No, I never had that feeling. What's right?
And the wisdom of your people,
Trying
your
to get my
ancestors. And that's really important. It's this sacred knowledge,
trying
and it's
to get
been
it
passed down through
copyrighted.
generations
Like,
through your
what's up with
family,
it?
through your dad's bloodline, which he wants to pass on to you, whether you are his child by blood or not. But that is sort of the biggest thing that he wants to teach you, is bloodline, which he wants to pass on to you, whether of your people, your ancestors. And that's really important. It's this sacred knowledge, and it's been passed down through generations through your family, through your dad's bloodline, which he wants to pass on to you, whether you are his child by blood or not. But that is sort of the biggest thing that he wants to teach you, is tune into your intuition to add on to the strong foundation that he has given you. And he sees you as very self-sufficient. So maybe sometimes you wish he would give you more guidance than he does, or maybe he didn't protect you from a certain person, he didn't warn you about a boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that. But it's because his soul knows on a subconscious level that you have to learn things for yourself, that everyone has different soul contracts, and we learn best from experiences.
I don't think anybody ever is going to understand how much I needed to hear those things. Like, I've always wondered why, like, you know, the relationship, it was like, I loved my dad. Like, it was nothing not to love about my dad. Like, he was a very nice person. Yeah, he yelled, but that was okay to me because that was my dad. Like, and it was what it was. But he had demons just as bad as, you know, the other guy. He was fighting demons just as much as the other guy. And that's okay. Like, if I was to ever have this conversation with my dad and he was like, I really tried, I know we would both be bawling our eyes out, but I would just want him to know that it is okay. There is absolutely nothing I wouldn't do for my parents. Both of them. My mom took care of me. My mom worked her ass off to give me what I needed. My dad, I may not have understood the connection and why we couldn't be closer, but I understand now a lot more. And even though a lot of people won't understand what the girl was saying with, like, his soul understands that you need your independence, and no one's going to really understand that, but I could totally see it. Like, I could totally see that. Because my dad is so loving, and it's not like, I've never felt like he never wanted me around or anything, or like I annoyed him or any of that. So it was just, my dad is just somebody I'm always think about. You know, there's going to be me, it's going to be my mom, and my son, my dad. Like, those 3 people, those 4 people are going to be solid in who I'm really here for, to take care of. I want to be someone. I want to be someone bigger than the dreams that my parents have for me. And I'm going to get there. I am going to get there, because ain't no freaking way. Ain't no way I was born for nothing, because there's a whole bunch of things that just point to, like, it gotta be because, you know, you're going to do something later on in life. Like, it gotta be, because why else would that have happened? Like, and so I feel very healed. I feel like I understand now. I feel like a lot of the things that I was going through was in my own head, and I needed to get out of it, and I need to start to be on my own journey. I'm going to be fine, and more than fine, and it's going to be great. So thank you, Daddy. Thank you, other guy, because I don't know, I guess you just taught me hardship. Thanks, Mommy, for teaching me independence the way you did. Shout out to you. Thank you guys for watching. Like, you're bomb. If you guys have any daddy issues that you go through, or some type of healing that you know, anything that has to do with this mess that I'm in, if you reflect, if you connect, if you are mirroring me, I need to know. Put it down in the comments. Don't be scared. It's fun to be bold. It's fun to be expressive. I love it. I'm not too expressive out in the world. I feel like I can't be sometimes. I like to be myself completely. And if someone tells me I can't, then I'm going to listen sometimes. I ain't going to lie. And not that I'm going to listen, because no, I'm not. I'm a Libra moon. I'm not going to listen. I'm going to do the very opposite. But my feelings is still going to be hurt. Very Libra moonish, you know? Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of your favorite gem, me. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.